Hello, children. I hope you all are fine. Now, today we are going to read and understand 2.6 Chasing the Sea Monster. Very interesting chapter. Yes, chasing to catch. Sea, you all know, monster means something dangerous. So, just tell me what dangerous thing we see in seas. Yes, shark. That is the most dangerous thing. So our frigate wanted to go back, but the unearthly animal came at us with a speed double our own. Now frigate is the ship. So the people, the crew, they were traveling on their ship and they were going back. But suddenly an unearthly animal, that is something strange animal, uh, came at us. So it was near them at a double speed. So it was double the speed of the frigate. We gasped, more stunned than afraid. We stood mute and motionless. So they were all in shock. They were not afraid, but they were in shock. So they stood mute and motionless. They were just silent without moving. So they were thinking, oh my god, what happened now and which animal is coming in our way? The animal caught up with us, played with us. It made a full circle round the frigate and wrapped us in sheets of electricity that were like luminous dust. So it was just playing with the frigate. It was making full circles around the frigate and it was throwing dust. At an instant, it could have dashed against our ship. So, at some point, it could just dash the ship and everybody would be killed. Meanwhile, I was surprised. Now, you must be thinking, who is I? You will come to know. Meanwhile, I was surprised to see that our warship was fleeing, not fighting. So, meanwhile, the narrator felt that they are running and not fighting. I commented on this to Commander Farragut. His face, ordinarily so emotionless, showed great astonishment. So he commented and he told the scenario, what is happening, to Commander Farragut. So normally his face is very emotionless, pale, but when he heard this, he was in a great excitement. He was very excited. Professor Aronnax, he answered me. So now who is the narrator? Professor Aronnax. I don't know what kind of fearsome creature I am up against, and I don't want my frigate running foolish risk in all this darkness. So he's saying, let it be, let the animal do anything. Since it is very dark, we will not do anything. Besides, how should we attack this unknown creature? How should we defend ourselves against it? Let us wait for the daylight and then we will play a different role. So the commander told, let us wait and see what happens the other day. The whole crew stayed on their feet all night long. Crew, people on the ship. No one even thought of sleeping. Unable to compete with the monster's speed, our frigate, the Abraham Lincoln, slowed down. So what was the name of the frigate? Abraham Lincoln. For its part, the animal mimicked the frigate, simply rode with the waves but did not leave the field of battle. So it was just mimicking the frigate. So it was playing with the waves and it was following the frigate. However, near midnight it disappeared, or to use a more appropriate expression, it went out. So near midnight it was disappeared, or it got disappeared. Now who has written? So the information is given. See, Jules Verne was a French writer. He is known as the father of science fiction. So normally he writes about science. He wrote about rockets, space travel and submarines when such things were unknown. So he used to write novels on travel, rocket, space travel, submarines. In those days it was unknown. In this passage from this novel, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, he describes how people on the ship think of the submarine as an animal and try to chase and hunt it. So here they think that the animal is chasing them, but It was submarine. So you will understand if we read further. However, near midnight it disappeared, or to use a more appropriate expression, it went out like a huge glowworm. Glowworm means the insect which gives out light. Had it fled from us? We didn't know and were filled with fear and hope at the same time. So the people, the crew was they were thinking, what happened? Did it fly away or did it just here? Is it still near us? But at 12:53, a deafening hiss could be heard, resembling the sound made by a waterspout expelled with tremendous intensity. So by 12:53, they could hear a loud sound, hiss. By then, Commander Farragut, Ned Land, and I were on the afterdeck peering eagerly into the darkness. So by that time, these three people, who are they? Commander Farragut, Ned Land, and I. Who is I here? See, Professor Aronnax, right? So they were just looking eagerly on the dark clouds. Tell me, Ned Land, isn't that the noise citizens make when they spurt water from their blowholes? Now, citizens is animal like whale, marine animal like whale. The very noise, sir, but this one's way louder, so there can be no mistake. There's definitely a whale lurking in our waters. So the other one is saying, definitely there is a whale which is hiding in the waters. Near 2 o'clock in the morning, the core of light reappeared 5 miles away from the Abraham Lincoln. So near 2 o'clock, again the light reappeared. Now what is Abraham Lincoln? Correct, the name of the frigate. We stayed on alert until daylight, getting ready for action. Whaling gear was set up along the railings. Now whaling gear is the instrument or the equipment to hunt whales. Was set up along the railings. Railings is the fence on the ship. Our chief officer loaded the blunderbusses, the gun, which can launch harpoons as far as a mile, missile as far as a mile, and long duck guns with exploding bullets that can wound and kill even the most powerful animals. So they were getting ready to kill the animal. Ned Land was content to sharpen his harpoon, a dreadful weapon in his hands. Harpoon is missile. At 6 o'clock, day began to break, and with dawn's early light, dawn is the early morning, the animal's electric glow disappeared. At 7 o'clock, a very dense morning mist spread around us. Mist, you all know what is mist. Mist is normally seen during winter season. Our best spy glasses were unable to pierce it. Spy glasses means the glasses which they wear to see what is there on nearby or what is there inside the water. The outcome? Disappointment and anger. Since the spy glasses were filled with mist, they were not able to see the animal. So what happened? Because of that, they got angry. They were disappointed. At 8 o'clock, the mist rolled over and the horizon grew wider and clearer. Suddenly, Ned Land's voice could be heard. So at 8 o'clock, due to powerful sun rays, the mist got rolled out and they could see easily. And suddenly Ned Land's voice could be heard. There's the thing in question, astern to port, towards the port. Port ke paas kuch hai. The harpooner shouted. Every eye looked towards the point indicated. So सब लोग वहीं पे देख रहे थे. There's a mile and a half from the frigate, a long blackish body emerged a meter above the waves. उनको क्या दिखा? एक blackish body दिखा waves के ऊपर. Quivering violently, its tail was creating a considerable current. It was shaking very much fast. Yes, and because of that, current also started coming. The crew was waiting impatiently for orders from their leader. So the crew was waiting. So as soon as they get the order, they'll start shooting. The later after carefully observing the animal, ordered the engineer to sail full steam towards the animal. So later means बाद वाला कौन? Commander. Commander ने सबको देखा. इधर later, the different meaning is difference. One is later, बाद में, yes, and the latter. तो इसमें कौन है वो? Commander. तो उन्होंने देखा सब एंड उन्होंने ऑर्डर दिया इंजीनियर को कि चलो फास्ट अपना शिप भगाओ एनिमल के पास. 3 cheers greeted this order. The hour of battle had sounded. A few moments later, Abraham Lincoln headed straight for the animal, unconcerned. The latter, let us come nearer. Now इधर कौन है? किसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं? एनिमल के बारे में. It got up a little speed and kept its distance. वो भी बहुत स्पीड से आगे आगे जाने लगा. The chase dragged on for about 3/4 of an hour without the frigate getting closer to the sea animal. So 45 minutes तक चल ही रहा था ये. At this rate, it was obvious that we would never catch up with it. ऐसा लग रहा था कि अरे हम तो पकड़ ही नहीं पाएंगे उसको. The Abraham Lincoln gathered speed, but so did the animal. Abraham Lincoln, हमारा शिप भी जा रहा है fast, and at the same time, animal भी जा रहा है. This went on for the next hour. The Abraham Lincoln was now speeding so much that its masts trembled down to their blocks. तो क्या हो गया? Abraham Lincoln शिप इतना स्पीड में जा रहा है कि शिप का थोड़ा थोड़ा फ्रंट साइड का पार्ट्स हिलने लगा और गिरने लगा. What a chase! Now I can't describe the excitement that shook my very being. Ned Land stayed at his post, harpoon in hand. Several times the animal let us approach. Then, just as the harpooner was about to strike, the citizen would steal off swiftly. सब लोग रुके थे और जब सोचा कि चलो अभी मारेंगे, तभी वह एनिमल एकदम भाग गया. Commander Farragut then decided to use more direct methods. Bah, he said. So that animal is faster than Abraham Lincoln. All right, mate. Man the gun in the bow. Chalo, load the gun and let us shoot it. Our forecastle cannon was immediately loaded and leveled. The cannoneer fired a shot, but his shell passed some feet above the citizen, which stayed half a mile off. वो शूट भी किया बट वो एनिमल के ऊपर से गया. Over to somebody with better aim, the commander shouted, and $500 to the man who can pierce that infernal beast. वो बोल रहे हैं चलो दूसरा कोई आ जाओ जो अच्छा सा कर सकता है, एंड उसको मैं इनाम दूंगा अगर उसने बराबर से एनिमल को मारा. पियर्स, कैन पियर मतलब एनिमल को पूरा चूर चूर करना. Calm of eye, cool of feature, an old grey-bearded gunner, I can see him to this day, approached the cannon. मतलब एक आदमी था, एकदम काम, शांत, old man, वो अपना गन के साथ था. Put it in position and took aim for good while. There was mighty explosion mingled with cheers from the crew. तो उन्होंने भी टारगेट पे मारा. The shell reached its target. It hit the animal but bounced off its rounded surface and vanished into the sea 2 miles away. Animal को लगा but वापस बाउंस होके पीछे आ गया और नदी में छुप गया. सी में कहीं तो चला गया, वैनिश हो गया, गायब. Oh drat! अनॉयंस हो गया, उनको लगा शह we missed it. Said the old gunner in his anger. गुस्सा आया उसको. That monster must be covered with 6-inch armor plate. Armor plate मतलब कवच, कवच रहता है ना, प्रोटेक्टिव मेटल कवरिंग. द हंट वॉज ऑन अगेन. 4 hours after hour went by without the animal showing the least sign of weariness. टायर्ड बिल्कुल हो नहीं रहा था वो एनिमल, इतना पीछे पड़े थे तो भी टायर्ड नहीं हो रहा था. However, it must be said that we too struggled on tirelessly. बट हम लोग भी बिना टायर होके उसके पीछे पड़े थे. At 10:50 in the evening, that electric light reappeared 3 miles away from the frigate, just as clear and intense as the night before. 10:50 को वापस वो आया. The monster seemed motionless. वो हिल नहीं रहा था. Was it asleep? Perhaps weary from its workday, just riding with the waves. तो लोगों को लगा मे बी टायर्ड रहेगा वो, इसलिए वेव्स के साथ ऐसे ही जा रहा है वो. This was our chance, and Commander Farragut decided to take full advantage of it. He gave his orders. उसने बोला अभी जो एकदम ये एनिमल शांत है, मोशनलेस है, हम लोग जाके अटैक करेंगे. The frigate approached without making a sound, stopped 2 cable lengths from the animal. एक अच्छा distance में रुका animal से. A profound silence reigned over the deck. Ship के पास जो आगे का front portion है वहाँ पे सब लोग चुप बैठे थे. We were not 100 feet from the blazing core of light, whose glow grew stronger and dazzled the eyes. एकदम shine कर रहा था वो. अभी नज़दीक आ गए थे हम. Just then, leaning over the forecastle railing, I saw Ned Land below me brandishing his dreadful harpoon. वो sharp कर रहा था अपना harpoon को. Barely 20 feet separated him from the motionless animal. अभी सिर्फ 20 feet दूरी पे था. All at once, his arm shot forward and the harpoon was launched. ने वापस attack किया. I heard the weapon made a ringing sound as if it hit some hard substance. और वेपन गया भी और ऐसा एकदम ज़ोर का आवाज़ आया जैसे उसने किसी एक बड़ा हार्ड सब्सटेंस को ठोका है. हार्ड. द इलेक्ट्रिक लाइट सडनली वेंट आउट एंड 2 enormous वाटर स्पाउट्स crashed ऑन द डेक ऑफ द फ्रिगेट. हमारा जो शिप था लाइट चला गया और पानी एकदम ऐसे फाउंटेन की तरह ज़ोर से आने लगा. फेसिंग लाइक अ टॉरेंट फ्रॉम वन एंड ऑफ द शिप टू द अदर, toppling crewmen, breaking spare masts and yardarms from their lashings. सब लोग यहाँ वहाँ हो गए, सब सामान गिर रहा है. A hideous collision occurred and thrown over the rail with no time to catch hold of it. सब लोग यहाँ वहाँ गिर गए, किसी को भी ठीक से खड़े रहने का भी चांस नहीं मिल रहा है. I was hurled into the sea. प्रोफेसर आर्नॉक्स पानी में गिर गए. So they were thinking that it was something animal. Yes, but it was not the animal, it was the submarine. Yes, is this chapter clear? It is adapted from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And who wrote it? By Jules Verne. Clear, children? Okay, thank you.